Hey everyone, welcome to Chapter 4. Before we talk about the textbook stuff, I just want to do a couple of administrative pieces, just to get them out of the way. Number one, make sure that on the course outline, you've been paying attention to that you have the upcoming midterm date in your calendar, and that you know where and when you're going to be going. Also make sure that you bring a piece of picture ID with you. I've had to turn students away occasionally who haven't had their ID. It's unfortunate, but in today's day and age, and with just the amount of incidents of cheating and so on that have been going on, it's an absolute necessity that you bring something with you. The second piece is make sure that you're aware of the due date for the upcoming term paper. If you haven't checked out the details yet in the course outline, please do. I think it's pretty straightforward in terms of what is expected, but invariably students will have the occasional question about is this a good topic, or can I talk about that, or can I bring this into it? What do you think about this, and so on. So myself or the TA, as always, just drop us an email, a text, or a phone call, and we'll get you straightened out very quickly. So that brings us into Chapter 4. Chapter 4 looks at recruitment, selection, and decision making. Now this is an area that I've done a lot of work in over the years, and it's actually a really interesting area, but it can be either, I guess in fairness, very interesting or so tedious you just want to pull your hair out. And it really depends on what kind of a process do you have in place when it comes time to do it. That's what makes this chapter so valuable to me when I look at it, is it covers off all the key areas that if you're looking at the applied side, working in the field, say in HR, these are all the topics that you really want to make sure that you've thought about and have something in place, whether it's a tool or a process or a policy, that you know what to do and where to go. So for example, just to quickly look at some of the key topics in the table of contents, it talks about labor markets and recruiting. That's big in Nova Scotia. The labor market, depending on what you're looking at, is in flux. Some jobs, there's postings for them all the time, which means that people who are looking in that area are going to be fussy about what kind of offers they take and what companies they work for. Others, you can go months and months without seeing a posting, which makes it the reverse, right? So knowing your labor market is important. There's a big section on employment applicant screening. So, many job postings, when they hit Career Beacon or the Job Bank, will get upwards to 100+ resumes, depending on the level of the position that you're looking for. So how do I screen people out? I really just want to go to the interview with 6, 8, probably at the most, applicants. How do I screen them out? How do I get those best ones moving forward? So this looks at a number of different things that we use throughout the process. There's a section on employment testing. So many companies, even in Atlantic Canada, use some kind of employment test, whether it's for blue-collar work. A lot of times it's physical ability tests. Dentists have, as an example, tests of manual dexterity before you can even get into dental school. Personality tests. Irving, as a great local example, makes big use out of personality profiles, and they have different profiles dependent on the job that you're going to apply for. Is it on the shop floor? Is it management? And so on. The interviews. There's a section that talks about some of the different types of interviews. This is a good section for anyone to pay particular attention to, because it can help you get your head around some of the different types of interviews that you personally may experience when you're out looking for work. And then to sort of wrap it up, the text talks about a few different areas around work samples and simulation tests, physical fitness, medical exams, drug and alcohol testing. Those are some areas that are, in terms of the legislation and your rights, in flux and have been changing over the last few years. So it's a good section to take a look at. And from there it goes on to wrapping up with decision making and some decision making models and some stuff around utility analysis, which gets a little technical. Anyway, take a look through the chapter. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to get a hold of myself or the TA. I hope that you're enjoying the course so far. Guys, one of the things I always encourage the class to do around this time is, if you have any feedback on what you're seeing in the class in terms of the content, how it's set up, anything around, even around how I'm running the class, I welcome that feedback. I'm never going to hold you in a negative light based on it. And although you're always encouraged to give that at the end of the semester in the course review, I'd encourage you to give it to me as soon as you feel comfortable, because the sooner I get it, the sooner I can actually do something with it. Anyway, that's it for now. Enjoy the week, and we'll be talking to everyone soon.